Alright, hello. This is, sorry, I'm adjusting my camera here. This is Rich from Idlewild Garage, and sorry about the fingers, just trying to get my camera set up. So, today's video, this is just my opinions, my advice to younger technicians or technicians just trying to get into the business. This is my advice on how to properly quit your job as a mechanic. The reason for this is because I recently came back to the, sorry if I look off in the distance by the way, I'm in my car, it's at night, and I got about 4 or 5 deer about 50 yards in front of me. So if I look off in the distance, that's what I'm watching. I'm watching them in one of my neighbor's yards. So, alright, back to the point. How to properly quit your job. Okay, you always want to leave on good terms, and you want to leave with your reputation intact. This has worked out for me, and the reason why I say that and the reason why I'm talking about this kind of stuff is because I've noticed I took a lot of time off from the industry, more than 10 years, came back to it, and I noticed that the turnover rate is really high. It's not just quick lube, it's just not technicians, it's management, it's regional managers, service writers. It seems like now the turnover rate, people are coming and going constantly all the time. So a little bit of a story, when I came back to the industry, I started working at a like a tire chain store. I won't say which one, but I came back, I wanted to get my feet wet, get used to turning wrenches again. Started working in a shop, things were great, my management team was great, the other technicians that were there were pretty awesome, and it was a good shop to work for. Unfortunately, the shop slowed down, there wasn't enough work to keep any of us busy, and none of us were making any money. There was an opening at another location that was still reasonably close to where I lived, so I talked to the manager and made a connection, moved to another shop. Worked there for a few months, things were great, the technicians were great, the management team was great, but unfortunately that shop slowed down. No work. I just kind of tried to ride it out as long as I could, but unfortunately I wasn't making any money. So I went in, put in my resignation, I gave them my 2 weeks notice. It just so happened that one of the district managers was there at the day that I gave my notice. He pulled me into his office, sat me down, kind of gave me a hard time about it, and just basically grilled me about me quitting. Of course, he didn't offer me any money. He really couldn't. He really didn't have anything to say when I explained to him that I wasn't making any money in the shop because there wasn't enough work coming in. So it was what it was. I left. I went on to another shop and furthered my career. Shortly after I left, both shops, the management teams in both shops, most of the technicians, and even that regional manager that I was talking to, they all left the company. They all left. But fortunately, because of social media and my cell phone and keeping in touch with people, I've been able to network out, and I still keep in touch with these people. So, the management team might have been upset with me resigning, but at the end of the day, they also resigned, and they went on to different shops, and I went on to different shops. And then the shop that I was at, after I left, revolving door of employees, and I kept in touch. So really, it's like it's become a really good network when it comes to employment, because now if I want to go out and I want to find a job, I can just hit up one of my friends on social media or text them or something and say, hey, do you know anybody that's hiring? And vice versa, if they're looking for a job, I can let them know about the shop that I'm working at. So, but what's important about it, and I guess the moral of the story and my tip is, you want to leave on good terms. You don't want to get pissed off and cuss out the management team. You don't want to throw a hissy fit. You don't want to screw over the other mechanics in the shop. You just want to keep your reputation intact the best that you can, and you want to leave on good terms. Even though you might be frustrated, because let me tell you, I've worked for shops in the past and in the recent past where I've gotten frustrated at decisions that were made. I've gotten frustrated with procedures. I've gotten frustrated with the working conditions, but I keep my mouth shut. I stay pleasant, and and if for whatever reason, if I decide that I want to leave and move on, I don't burn any bridges in the process. Because you never know. I mean, there could be a manager that you might not get along with, and you quit. You go to another shop, and then that manager shows up at the shop that you're currently working at, and I've seen that happen before. That does happen. And here's the thing: if he doesn't like you, or if he didn't like you at the shop that you were at before, and you were nasty to him, he's going to remember that. So it's going to make your life more difficult. So, trying to wrap it up. Sorry if it was long-winded, but always try to leave on good terms. If they want their 2 weeks notice, give them their 2 weeks notice. Don't speak negatively about the management. Don't speak negatively about other technicians. Just keep your head up, keep smiling, leave on good terms, because you never know down the road how you're going to cross paths again with some of these people that you currently work with. So that's just my advice. I hope you liked the video, and thanks for watching. And I'm going to go see if I can try to find these deer.